Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special bulletin. No matter how much you bend the knee, it will never be enough. Now, new Doctor Who come out, and I haven't really been following Doctor Who, but something's piqued my interest. I'm probably going to go binge watch some of it, but it's been a rather popular. Tom Baker was my doctor growing up, but I did enjoy it. But anyway, Russell T Davies came back to be the Doctor Who showrunner, and well, whole bunch of stuff. He's checking off all the boxes, going down all the ideological representation and diversity check boxes over and over and over again with Doctor Who, with Davros, a rather popular bad guy. He's the leader of the Daleks. And Doctor Who showrunner Russell T Davies claims Davros' original look was associating disability with evil. Huh? In what world? We had long conversations about bringing Davros back because he's a fantastic character, of course. So why change him? Oh, wait. Time and society and culture and taste have moved on. And there's a problem with the old Davros. He's a wheelchair user who is evil. I had a problem with that. Why? You might be the only one. No one associated Davros with being in a wheelchair. They associated him with the Daleks, being a mutated human who became half Dalek. Not half wheelchair, half Dalek. I'm not blaming people in the past at all, but the world changes. So we can't have disabled people being evil? Is that a problem? Do you honestly believe that people were associating wheelchair users with being evil because of Davros? My goodness, but here's a lovely little quote of how RTD responds. Robbie Gardner says, Davros isn't a wheelchair user. No, he's partially mutated Khaled, in a life support system halfway between Khaled and Dalek. Yes. Oh, wait, Dalek, Khaled, that's backwards. I see what you did there. Like, I was perfectly fine seeing Davros pre-accident. I think a lot of fans have wanted to see this for some time, but to insist that this is for, quote, better representation of disabled people is just utterly bizarre. If we're now going to pretend, as you suggest, Davros was never in a chair, or he just got better, well, that undermines one of the greatest villains one of the greatest villains Doctor Who ever created. To which Russell T Davies responds with, tough. But that's not the only thing. The latest episode, the first episode, Star Beast, which I did manage to watch. I'm going to talk about that later. Doctor Who dives off the progressive deep end as the latest special sees Doctor lectured on pronouns, chastised for being male presenting. So we got all kinds of ideological, preachy, out of place dialogue. What else we got? Oh, episode after that, we have race swapping of Isaac Newton. Okay. Lots of representation, lots of diversity, lots of inclusion. Doctor Who lead Ncuti Gatwa says series will definitely address protagonist's new race. Well, okay, but how are they going to do it? Oh, well, apparently inspired by the actor's very leftist liberal bubble. Now, I'm not saying whether this is good or bad. I haven't seen the second two episodes, but I'm gonna muscle through it. I want to see what everybody's talking about. It's going to divide fans. Everyone has their opinion. They like it, they don't like it for whatever reason. But what I find so very interesting, humorous, actually mostly hysterical, I laughed for a good while on this one, no matter how much you bend the knee, no matter how much ideology or diversity or progressive whatever you put in your show to appease the screeching eels on Twitter, it will never be enough. In this article from The Verge, the new Doctor Who debut felt like a timey-wimey slap to the face. My goodness, what are we talking about here? Russell T Davies, hearts are in the right hearts. Are you shitting me? Okay, we're going to use a meme from Doctor Who because he's got two hearts. But anyway, hearts are in the right place. But the introduction of Ncuti Gatwa, new Doctor Who, was marked by a number of questionable decisions and racist tropes. You just can't do enough. Got a female doctor last year. I'm sure there was people complaining. Well, no, a lot of people complaining about that because they have opinions that the doctor should be male. played by a man. Whatever your opinion is, it is your opinion. But now we have the introduction of a black doctor. But that's just not good enough because you didn't handle it right. Doctor Who executive producer Russell T. Davies warned everyone that the 60th anniversary special episodes were going to introduce some interesting new twists to the mythology of the series, meant to set the stage for actor Ncuti Gatwa's debut as the Time Lord. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm not sure what to think about it, because it kind of screws up and retcons every single Doctor that came before it, which is, why would you want to do that? I guess I can see, on one hand, it gives you the ability to bring older Doctors back or have your older stories and doesn't actually destroy them. If you didn't know, there's a bi-generation. Instead of David Tennant, David Tennant, instead of him dying and Ncuti Gatwa coming in to be the Doctor, they actually separated into two separate Doctors, which Russell T. Davies claims is what actually happened with the other 14 iterations or 13 regenerations of the Doctor. Correct me in the comments. It's been a very long time and I didn't keep up with the new Doctor Who. Claiming that all those Doctors did not actually die and regenerate. They actually just separated, one going off on his own little timeline and the new Doctor taking over in the story that everyone knows and loves. What does that do to all the stories that came before it? What do you think about it? I don't know. Some of those changes, especially those specific to the Doctor's companions and nemesis, have been easy to understand as Davies updated Doctor Who lore to better reflect modern sensibilities. We are getting to the point where if you see the word modern sensibilities, modern audiences, you just roll your eyes and prepare for the absolute worst that is going to come from the movie, the TV show, or whatever. Because that is not a positive thing. Why not just make your story, put your vision down on paper and throw it out there? Don't use the buzzwords. They're going to get you nowhere. They're going to ostracize fans who are sick and tired of nonsense ideological bullshit like this. Oh, good Lord. But when it came to the arrival of the newest Doctor, the first leading incarnation of the character to be played by a black queer man, because that... Does anybody care if the actor is gay, bisexual, white, black? I mean, does that genuinely, honestly matter? I know there are some people who will be hardcore, Doctor's got to be this. What if the latest actor does a good job? How about that? That's what I do when I go into any sort of new show. I had to see the Star Beast. And because I wanted to see how the delivery was. How would the delivery of the most cringe lines in history, how they were handled. People don't talk like that. And like I just said, I think they were handled rather poorly. But anyway, if the actor is good, if the story is good, fans will look past so many things. They'll look past piss poor CGI if the story is interesting and well developed. If the characters go on their little journey and have some development, some progress, and they are relatable outside of the superficial nonsense of skin color and sexual orientation. If they're interesting, we'll look past all that shit. Oh no, Doctor's a black guy. Okay, is the story interesting? He's gay. Cool. What's the story like? What is it about? Those are my questions. Those will always be my questions when going into a new IP, a new story, a new movie, new TV show, whatever it is, a new video game. What is it going to tell me? The superficial stuff, I can look past that. Some things, maybe not so much. I have not been a Doctor Who fan my entire life. Again, Tom Baker, I watched the first season of The New Doctor and fell off. So I do not have as much investment as many other Whovians out there. So on one hand, I understand old Whovians' distaste for all of a sudden a female Doctor. But I genuinely believe if those stories of the 13th Doctor? Yeah, 13th Doctor would have been interesting, well-acted character, well-performed character, good stories, I think people would have warmed up to her. Black queer man, because that's the only thing that matters in this day and age. The modern sensibilities falls down to the superficial nonsense. Doctor Who's 60th anniversary special absolutely fumbled the ball by forcing Gatwa to exist in another actor's shadow. My goodness, it's just not good enough. This piece contains spoilers. Does anybody care anymore? Do you care about spoilers? Because by now, all 3 specials are out. If you wanted to watch them, you would have watched them. Regeneration, the transformation process in which Time Lords like the Doctor become new, drastically different versions of themselves, has always been a fascinating part of Doctor Who's mythology and the BBC's convenient way of passing the mantle on from one actor to another. Though the Doctor usually recalls the events of their past lives, they've always been their own distinct people who go on to have adventures with new companions, blah, 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 blah. So apparently they have a serious problem with the fact that, let's see, do we have a picture? After finally setting things right with Donna Noble, I want to make another video about that. We're not going to watch this. Oh, you want to watch it? Let's see. Here's some spoilers. We got the regeneration. I don't know how much of this. Oh, the Toy Master comes out with a laser and, oh, the Doctor's dead. He's gone. But nope. I don't think that's what's going to happen. He's gone. He's leaving. And let's take a look at this. What's going on? Where are we at? Here we go. The show, the time, the scene that everyone is just so excited about. Instead of the Doctor dying and regenerating, he splits in 2. I can't wait to watch this episode because I am curious as to what the actual explanation for this is. And why is he not wearing any pants? He's not wearing any pants. Where's this? Where is it? He's not wearing any pants. I don't know why. I don't know what the explanation is. But apparently, let's see, according to the new 15th Doctor, Ncuti Gatwa, by generation, a Time Lord simultaneously regenerating into 2 separate selves was supposed to have been a Gallifreyan myth. Is that something that's ever been mentioned in the decades and decades of Doctor Who mythology? But as 14th and 15th team up to defeat the Toymaker, the giggle makes obvious that this era of multiple contemporaneous Doctors is here to stay. And while that's sure a delight to the legion of Doctor Who fans who've come to see Tennant as the quintessential Doctor, it's impossible not to read the episode as having stolen a lot of Gatwa's thunder. Ah. It's just never good enough. Diversity and inclusion got so many checkboxes. Sit there. Oh, Davros is no longer in a wheelchair, so be happy we're not portraying disabled people as evil. Oh, we have your representation and insulting the Doctor, the male presenting and the pronouns and all that other stuff. Be happy, right? Oh, we have diversity and inclusion by race swapping historical figures. And of course, very leftist, liberal bubble. But nope, you cannot appease everyone, and you're trying to please the wrong side of the aisle. So stop trying. Just put your story out. The fans will flock to what they like. Stop trying to bend the knee. But anyway, have you watched Doctor Who? Are you giving this even the remotest of a shot? Are you bothered? Have you been a Doctor Who fan? Let me know what you think in the comments. Leave a like, leave a dislike. Do all those nifty things that we YouTubers beg you to do. And I hope to see you on the next one.